Hey, it's Dalton, Adulting in CFs, and yep, here is the Protectobot First Aid. So as you can see, is a retool, or we'll get more into that, of off-road, but got some with that Protectobot blue again, Command to Form Defensor. He's number 4 out of 5, and he's got 8 steps. He becomes the right leg, which I'll have him as the left arm. And it says here, First Aid is likely to be the first on the scene to help a wounded bot as he is to show up to repair a broken dishwasher. To the Protectobot medic, the greatest enemy is malfunction. Human, bot, or machine. If it's broken, First Aid won't carry on until back up and running. There we go. So, yep, let's get this guy open and see how he is. Okay, and here we have Combiner Wars, wow, almost said Ratchet. First Aid in vehicle mode. As you can see, he is a ambulance, as we thought, but it says here rescue and emergency, but we know it's an ambulance. As you can see, he's got the hand-foot gun. It's the exact same as off-road, which we'll go ahead and do a comparison. As you can see, there's a lot of remolding done here. Let me zoom out here. A lot of remolding done. We'll get more into that in robot mode, but basically all these parts in here are mostly new. Or most of these parts are new. And I do like that. Now, before we get more into the figure, we've got the comic, which is the Transformers number 36 of the IDW comic series. And it is number 12 in the Combiner Wars, comics, pack-in comic line. And on the back, you've got, little tech data, and then you've got a more extensive bio. If you want to read that, there it is. So, that out of the way. Now, like this, he looks kind of like an Ecto-1 with all this up here on the top. So just imagine instead of hearing a regular ambulance, you hear the Ecto-1 siren. That'd be kind of cool. But let's go ahead and take this off. It uses the same little tab as off-road, except, on top of an ambulance. And he comes with the same axe. Instead of being, of course, purple, I mean, that'd be weird for an Autobot. You get mostly molded in black plastic, and, well, all black plastic, but only on the sharp end of the blade it's painted silver, which I guess this is his cyber cleaver, as the bio mentioned. And you've got his crystallizer cannon. Now, as far as vehicle mode, it is really nice. I do like it. The Autobot symbol, very nicely typographed on with the silver background. You got the little grill here, which it kind of reminds me of like a Dodge. I don't know. I wish they would have at least gone with a little bit of yellow paint in there for the headlights, but oh well. Really nice paint. And one thing I've noticed is, well, let's finish going over these details. You got blue paint for the windows. You got these windows back here. You get the red sirens, which in the, let's go ahead and look at the designer desk thing real quick, since I forgot to go over that. You got the, the color layout. It does show the possible Ratchet head, either as Ratchet or Prowl. I'm thinking Ratchet. And you got the gray model face, but here he's painted up kind of like Prowl. And he's got the actual sirens painted back here in red too. You can see that. So it'd be cool if Reaper Labels were to extend on that and give us a little sticker for, let's zoom in here, so it's hit right here and right here for the lights. But forgot to mention, got molding here for the rear window, and you've even got the windshield wiper, or the the wiper. That is nice that Hasbro actually included that detail, and he's actually got a wider wheelbase at the back than off-road does. So another just great thing that they didn't have to do, but they did just so much different with this. So one little thing I want to show off real quick, so let me do that real quick. So now we have First Aid with off-road's wheels, and I think this looks a lot better. We'll get more into that with my next video of Streetwise. But if they had done the wheels silver instead of black, I would have liked it even more. But they're easy enough. You just pop them off and swap them if you choose. So it's fairly okay. Now, going into robot mode, I'm going to go ahead and go over the transformation for this guy. I mean, it's a little bit different. So what you want to do is, just like on off-road, you want to pop up the front of the vehicle and bring it back. There are a couple of little notches right here, and a couple of little tabs right there. Just want to rotate this back and it'll kind of soft tab into place. Then you want to untab the little door wings, which another thing I forgot to go over for the details is he's either got suicide doors at the back or they're the sliding doors. I don't know. They look kind of like the suicide doors like you'd have on early model cars or early cars. Just want to untab those. Bring those up and out of the way. Bring up the whole arm actually. Just bring it all up. Like so. Want to bring them down the front of the legs and untab this from the back. There is an actual little pair of tabs there. Zoom back out. And just unfold or undouble hinge the legs. And you want to just put these tabs into those little slots right there. Split the legs, rotate the head around, make sure the back end is still down. There we go. And just raise up these little shoulder pads. And there we've got first aid in robot mode. You can't even see it. So there we've got him in robot mode, looking very awesome. Let me get off-road in robot mode real quick. Okay, now we have off-road here. And so we can go over the differences now. You can see the shins are completely new, even adding that extra bit of length to have the wider wheelbase at the back. The thighs and waist are exactly the same, the waist joint. Everything else is brand new except for, you know, this chest piece and the shoulders. So yeah, they went extensive retooling with this, and I am so happy with it. I mean, you can just definitely tell these are they're different enough that, you know, I can deal with one being a Stenacon, the other being a protected butt, and having no problems whatsoever. So let's get him out of the way so I can stop rambling. Now going into articulation, his head is still on a ball joint and very nicely painted. He's got kind of a glossy kind of paint on the head. Look at that. It's like the front half is painted and the back half is molded. It's hard to tell. Very great, well, very nice looking blue visor and mouth plate. Just looks really awesome. Got kind of the chest detail that looks like windows. Autobot symbol right there. Really awesome silver paint going right through the chest. And just a lot of really well molded detail going throughout. Even the blue paint here. But back to articulation. His head is on a ball joint. Shoulders, ball joint. They're still limited due to the shoulder door wings. Bicep does swivel, but you have to have them at a certain angle. Or, no, they don't. It's right here. Oh. And you still got that soft detent for the shoulders. Or elbows. Hips still rotate. Or waist. Still a little bit tight. On mine, anyways. Got ball jointed hips. Hinged knees. And of course, nothing at the feet. And he's got really thick legs. Let's go ahead and get this guy into limb mode. So, as you see, plug the legs together, rotate this. And unlike off-road, you can actually, you got this little tab right, or slot right there, and a little tab right there. Actually hold in place a lot better here on first aid than it does on off-road. Just plug that in right there. Rotate the head around. And there you've got the arm mode. So let's go ahead and grab this. And this is how I'm going to have him on Defensor as an arm, as he should be. So there you go. And if you want, you can have Defensor wielding a little tiny axe. Or you can just plug it in right here on the side. That's kind of like a little wrist-mounted, forearm-mounted blaster for Defensor. As for the leg, I want to pretty much just turn him back into vehicle mode. That. Accordion these. Accordion, jeez. Oh, that joke is still funny. To me, anyways. Just unfold all this. Make sure those arms are down in place. And I like to rotate the head around to where it would be in robot mode. That way you can't really see it. And there is the leg mode, which is pretty big and bulky compared to off-road. I'll do some more comparisons later as far as you know, limbs and combiners. But yeah, very nice, substantial looking leg. I mean, it would go good next to Rook. So, let's get this guy back in robot mode and go over some final thoughts. So going into some final thoughts here. As far as being a standalone figure, he is just... it's hard to decide between him and Rook so far out of the three that I've reviewed. Rook's got a lot of things I really like, but here with First Aid, it just... I really like it. It's hard to decide. I mean, it's like Alpha Bravo and Dead End. Just two really great molds, and it's hard to decide. But yeah, got him here with his Cyber Cleaver and his Crystallizer Cannon. That's what you want to call it, just gun and axe. But yeah, overall, he is just a great figure. I'm kind of gushing now. This is my first First Aid, kind of a redundant little phrase. But finally having some of the protective bots now, just I'm happy. Way to go, Hasbro. You're really kicked butt with the Combiner Wars line so far. And alright, that's pretty much going to do it for this review. Hope you guys enjoyed. You can check out my Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter page down in the description below. There'll be a full gallery on my Facebook page, and you'll get to see some more pictures on Twitter and Instagram. So if you want, like my Facebook page and follow me on both Instagram and Twitter. Like I said, those will be down in the description below. I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Dalton at Daltonians TFs, taking a look here at the Protectobot First Aid. I will see you guys next time, so see you then.